The movie begins, and we are shown an FBI agent who has arrived to catch a dangerous gang. But when he arrives there are dead bodies everywhere. The face of the person who killed everyone is not shown here. Now the shooter aims the gun at the FBI agent and wants to kill the FBI agent too, but he does not kill him and leaves him alive. Here we are shown a small child whose name was Christian. He came to the doctor with his mom and dad. This boy is actually autistic. A person suffering from this cannot talk to anyone by looking them in the eye, and their self-confidence is also very low. That person has a difficult time believing and comprehending what is right and what is wrong. But Christian, on the other hand, was very good at math calculations. He solved the most difficult questions in a jiffy. After looking at Christian, the doctor says that they can leave the boy with him. Only then will he be able to treat Christian. His dad was not at all ready to leave him there.
Would you be willing to let your son stay with us for the summer? Free of charge, working with me in a sensory-friendly environment.
It's not going to happen.
But Christian's mom differed in opinion. She thinks that they should leave Christian there so that he can be treated. Here we see Christian making a puzzle. A part of the puzzle has disappeared, because of which he starts screaming like a madman, and he was saying strange words. Seeing Christian's condition, everyone gets worried. Then a girl comes up, who was also a patient of autism like him. She gives Christian the piece of that puzzle, and finally comes to peace by taking it. Christian had another specialty, that whatever work he starts, until he completes it, he does not get his peace of mind. Now we see a grown-up Christian who has become a very good accountant. An old couple was sitting next to him because they were in a lot of trouble. Their financial condition was not good, and they had to pay a lot of tax. Christian then guides them a way through which they have to pay minimal tax. It makes them two very happy.
It would be better if you could try to remember the one specific space that you use. Your home is 2,913 square feet. IRS code allows us to deduct from your taxable income a percentage of your workspace relative to your overall home.
And they invite Christian to their house. They tell him that their farm is enormous, and if he comes there, he will have lots of fun. They tell him that many people come there for gun practice. And now we are shown the head of the FBI. A girl comes to him. Her name was Medina. She came to the head for a job. The head tells her he has studied her very well, and he knows that she is good at whatever she has done. Now he asks Medina about her criminal records, on which she does not give any answer and remains quiet. Then the head shows Medina her crime file, and shows her how many people she has killed. She also had gone to jail. After hearing this, Medina was about to leave. Then the head asks her to wait, and makes her believe that he will not tell anyone anything, but in return, she has to work with him. He now shows Medina a picture of a man, in which only half of his face was visible. The head says everyone knows this man by the name of the accountant. He mostly works with criminals and hides their black money from the government. He also helps them in money laundering. He asks her to find this man. He gives her a 1-month deadline. Otherwise, she will lose her job.
At the end of the month, one of two things will have occurred. Resolution of this case, or we update your photo.
After hearing this, Medina was ready to work with him. In the next scene, we see Christian eating food, and after that he starts massaging his legs with a wooden rod. This was hurting him. Christian did this one purpose. He remembers his past when he was young, and his mom left him because of his illness, because she was very upset with him. Christian's dad tried to stop his mom a lot, but she did not listen. Seeing this, the old Christian started hurting himself, and his dad took care of him. After this, the story comes to the grown-up Christian again, who was only hurting himself for his past bad memories. After this, he goes to the farm of the old couple who had invited him. He was practicing to aim there, and here we come to know that Christian is also a very good sniper. Now he comes to a secret place where he had kept a lot of expensive weapons. There were also very good, beautiful, and expensive paintings. He also had a lot of money. That too, in the currency of different countries. Why did Christian have all this? And how was it? So, this is where the story goes back in the past. When Christian was in jail, he met a man there who was a very good accountant. He used to work for all the big people. He taught everything to Christian in jail.
I give you a PhD in black money, but you gotta learn this. This is crucial.
I'm frustrated.
And since then, whatever he had done with the big rich people, he got all this out of them. Now because Christian was very sharp, he learnt everything quickly. One day Christian gets a call from a girl who tells him that people have begun to doubt him. She asks him to choose normal people to work with. Christian calmly shakes her off and tells her that he will take care of this. Now he reaches his next client, who had a big robotic company. They used to make parts of robots in it. They think that someone is stealing money from the company, and they want to know who did it. When Christian listens to them, he says okay and agrees to help them. He says he will start his work in the morning. On the other hand, we see Medina, who is trying to find the same accountant, but she does not know anything about him. Now, a man is shown to us who is famous by the name of Hitman. He is very dangerous and was threatening a man by putting him in a car. The next day, Christian reaches the same company where he had to work. As soon as he arrives there, he meets a girl there who was the accountant of the same robotic company. She tells him that she found out about the stealing happening in the company, but she could not figure out who did, and she was hoping to work with him in finding out the culprit. Christian refuses her and offers an apology. He tells her that he works alone.
I thought we could have lunch and...
I brought my own lunch.
No, I bring my own lunch too. I can answer any questions that you have.
I have no questions.
So that accountant girl leaves from there. Then we see Medina, who had come to a conference. There, she gets a call from her company, who tells her that the pictures she had sent him, they got a similar-looking man in the video, and he can be seen killing everyone. Now Christian has started his work in the company. He is reading all these books in the company. On the other end, Medina was trying to match the audio of that accountant, because she had finally obtained his voice. He was reading strange words through which Medina finds out that whoever this man is, he has autism. Christian had started his work in the company. He had done calculations on the windows and doors and found out where the money was going in the company. Now, all these things. The accountant tells the girl that she was right, and money was really being stolen from the company. And that man transfers money in the name of such a company whose name is not in the list of companies.
Most people, when generating random numbers, tend to rely subconsciously on certain patterns.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was right.
You were...
Then the owner of that company arrives. She asks Christian if he has found out who was stealing, on which he replied no, and asked for some more time. He promises he will find out about that man soon. There, on the other side, we are shown Brax, who had come to the house of another shareholder of this robotic company, and forces that man to take an insulin injection, and threatens that if he does not apply this injection, then he will kill him, after which his wife will not get any money for insurance. If he takes his own life, then his wife will get a lot of money. That man is afraid of Brax and applies the injection, after which that man dies. The next morning, when Christian comes to the company, he sees that someone was erasing all his calculations. Then the same shareholder of this company comes here who brought Christian to this company and tells him that the shareholder has killed himself. Now, they thought he was stealing money from the same company, but the case is clear and the solution is done, so now they have no work.
You're very good, Mr. Wolf, but I hope our paths never cross again. I'm responsible for the death of my best friend.
He asks him to take the fees and leave, but Christian had a habit of doing everything. He explains a lot to the shareholders of that company, but he does not agree, and that's why Christian came back to his house, after which he took his car and left. Then we can see that another car was following him. Christian arrives at the same farm where he used to do gun practice. From there, he remembers some of his past. That is when he and his brother used to do martial arts practice. His dad taught him everything in the world so that they should not stay behind. That's when Christian was practicing on the old couple's farm and the two goons came there. They entered the old couple's house and asked them to go out and kill Christian. When a goon was bringing that old woman out, Christian had seen them and immediately killed a goon there with his gun. Then the other goon gets angry, and that's the reason he was going to put that old couple in the car. He was going to shoot them and go from there. Then Christian put his gun from behind and had now caught the other goon. He asks him about his whereabouts and his boss, but the goon confesses to not knowing the person. He tells him that he was only told about him and the name of the accountant of the company.
Kill you both. That's all I know.
Whose name is Dana. As soon as Christian hears about Dana, he immediately goes to save her. There, Dana is going to her room in the hotel. There were people around her who just wanted to kill her, but Christian had also already reached there. He was slowly coming up the stairs. Now, a man in the room attacks Dana, but Dana attacks him back, and she hits the stove stand on his face and goes into the hiding. Before that man could kill her, Christian had come there. He was killing everyone very badly, one after another. He kills everyone there. Now he saves Dana and brings her to his secret place where he had kept everything. When Dana sees everything, she gets surprised. She wonders how an accountant can have so much, but she didn't know that Christian used to work for the biggest criminals in the world. After seeing all this, Dana was so sure that he is a trained man. There, Medina gets a call from the agency, which tells her about that man, that he is mentally ill.
Your voice has 4 of the 6 intonation patterns we use to define American English. That's difficult to confirm with a rhyme.
After which, Christian brought Dana to a hotel. She is curious how he learnt everything, and he tells her that his dad taught him everything since childhood, so that he can save himself from any problem. But he is autistic. He can't socialize, which means he can't live with people. After hearing all this, Dana also tells him about herself. Christian now talks about the same robotic company here and says whoever did fraud in the company, he again bought the company's shares with the same money, after which the company started going into profit again. And this was a way to whitewash black money. Christian goes to another shareholder's house of the robotic company, where he saw Brax leaving his house. When he goes to that shareholder's house, there he finds out that Brax has killed him. Why was he killing everyone like this? And we will soon find out in the story. On the other hand, Medina too finds out about the accountant, whose name was none other than our Christian. He had made a very small profile in which it was written that he works with small companies, and from that he also earns small profits.
Christian Wolf owns Wolf Accounting, 121 South Street, Scottsdale, Arizona. Income of $435,000. It's a good year.
Medina now takes all this information and goes to the FBI head. Christian goes to Dana and starts thinking about his past. How once his dad had told him and his brother to kill those children who always bothered him. Then he and his brother beat them a lot. Just thinking about this, Christian writes a letter to Dana because now he wanted to go from here. He thinks that if he stays with Dana, then his life can also be in danger. There, Medina reached Christian's house with the FBI head. They start searching his house and find a lot of strange things from his house, and a lot of weapons too.
Don't see that every day.
They were very surprised to see them. There were cameras everywhere in his house. These people understand that he is the same man whom they were looking for till now. Their Brax meets the shareholder of the same robotic company who also called Christian to work in that company. Here we come to know that all the shareholders who were dying till now were killed by this shareholder of the company. He wanted to become a single owner, and all of this work was done by Brax for him. There, the FBI head sent everyone out of Christian's house. Only he and Medina were left inside, and the head asks Medina, "Why did you kill so many people?" She says that they tried to forcefully sell drugs to her sister, because of which she got angry and she killed them. Later, she was sent to jail. Medina asks him why he was after this accountant. He says in the video of the fight she has, he was also in that fight. He went to catch a very big gang, but that accountant came there and killed everyone. After which, he pointed a gun from behind, and before killing him, asked him if he was a good dad. And after he replied yes, he left without killing. He couldn't see the face.
Were you a good dad, Raymond King?
Yeah, I've been a good dad.
This was the same scene which we saw at the beginning of the story. Then one day he got a call from a girl, and he told him about big criminals. One by one he started solving the case, and she was the same girl who also used to talk to Christian. That's why he wanted to find her. Then he found out about a man who used to work with very dangerous people. He was also a very big accountant, and he was the same man who found Christian in jail and got Christian released. But those people caught him and killed him, the dangerous people for whom he used to work with. When Christian found out about this, he ran away from jail, and then he killed them all, one by one. That man we saw at the beginning of the story, he was Christian who was killing that gang, because that gang had killed his very good friend who he met in jail. Medina asks, why did he go to jail? The head tells what he has known about him so far. When his mother left him and got married again, after that, she died. When Christian went to his mother's funeral, his stepfather told him to leave. He was very angry about this, because of which he had a fight.
And then a fight breaks out, a brawl, really, over what the authorities never pinned down.
The guard came there, and when he tried to shoot Christian's dad came in front of him, who was shot instead, and he died there. Christian was also responsible for his death, so that's why he went to jail. Medina says she doesn't understand why she was being told everything. The head says he is going to retire very soon, and he wants her to solve all the cases. He trusts her and can become a good FBI agent. Then Christian's home phone rings. When Medina picks up the phone, it was the same girl's call she was telling about the robotic company, which was looting a lot of money. And now Medina was ready to investigate this case. On the other side, Christian also got to know everything about the shareholder of that robotic company who had killed the rest of shareholders. Christian had a gun and he was shooting everyone. They also shot Christian, but it was not so easy to kill him. He was hiding and killing everyone one by one. Brax is watching on the screen and watches as Christian enters inside the house. Then he sat at one place and started reading something. Seeing this, Brax came to know that all this was done by his brother. Brax realizes that Christian is his brother, and they didn't recognize, because for many years they two did not meet each other. Now he comes out quickly and forbids his men to shoot, but when he does not stop, Brax kills his own man. Then he comes out angrily and starts hitting him and blames him for everything. Christian was not saying anything to him because he knew that his brother was very angry with him. Christian was stopping his brother a lot, but he did not stop. And that's why he hits him now. They both sat in one place, and Brax asks Christian everything. Then the same shareholder came there for whom Brax used to work. He comes and asks Brax why he has not killed him yet. Then Christian picks up his gun and shoots him in the head, because of which the shareholder died. Christian now tells his brother that I did not come to you because there are very dangerous people behind me. That's why he did not want to put him in trouble. And he did not want him to get into any danger. Brax says to him that he himself is a big danger. Christian now starts going from here, and Brax asks him how he could meet him again, and he tells him that he will find him himself. Now we are shown a hospital where mentally ill children were treated. A new child has come here, and he also has autism. Now that child goes to a room where he sees a girl, and this was the same girl who had given a piece of puzzle to Christian in childhood. She had grown up. This was the same place where Christian used to give his money, so that sick children can be treated. Here we see the girl's dad, who was a doctor who wanted to treat Christian. But because of his dad, he could not do it. He was telling some people there about his daughter that she could not speak, and that's why a software works for her.
Justine's one of our few full-time residents. She stopped talking 30 years ago. Communicates with a digital translator now.
She can make anyone understand her through it. And this was the same girl who used to tell everything to the head of the FBI. This girl's mind was very sharp. She used to sit and work on the computer, and she used to find out about all the criminals. She used to give all the data to the head of the FBI, and she also used to tell Christian about those criminals. At the end of the story, we see Dana. She got a courier in which there was a very beautiful painting, and this was the same painting which Dana had seen in Christian Place. She liked that painting very much, and now Christian had sent her this painting as a gift. On the other side, Christian, who was leaving this town with his car, because now everyone knows everything about him. Christian never wanted to tell anyone about himself, and with this, the movie ends here.